if you are insecure about your ability to be able to attract someone, you try to overcompensate by leveling up in an area that you think would actually attract other people.
No shit.
You know, he doesn't really want you on the island because you're not going to hook up with him. And that's why I'm like not dating anything anymore, because I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through the whole like, is he thinking about another girl? Like, is he going to cheat on me? Is he going to blah, 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 blah? Like, I know that I have to end this. You know, I had to end it. And I did. And he was really heartbroken. That's what I'm saying. I think everybody should have that era. To have that era of exploring, of doing all these things by themselves. Like, if you want to go and hook up with all these guys, do it. I don't like people like that. I'm just like, don't you have a plan for yourself? Like, you're literally going to be 30 soon. What are you doing?
Sure, it's very subjective, but
Yeah.
it being subjective, what is your opinion about yourself?
I would feel like an 8. Definitely an 8. I was the mentality of like, oh, this guy's just talking to me. He's gonna go away. Like, I'm just gonna talk to him and I'm just gonna go away.
So you got love bombed.
I got love bombed.
And then now you're obsessed.
I'm not obsessed. Actually, I'm getting over
please, for the love of God.
Welcome to Unattainable. Glad to have you with us. I'm Zach Evans, along here with my co-host Mohammed. Today we got a special guest on the show for round 2. This is Amber. Amber, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience, name, what you do, age, where you're from, stuff like that.
Okay. Hi, my name is Amber, and I am a content creator. I'm 23 years old. I'm from San Diego, California, and I'm single.
Single. And back in your villain era now, yeah?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Back in the villain era.
Back in the villain era.
And how's that been so far?
It's been amazing because I've been just hanging out with friends. I just been like doing everything that I want for myself. Traveling as well. Like, I think it was a blessing.
Tell me about the traveling thing. How does this work in hot girl world?
I love it. I love being a girl. I think I would not
change
it's
great.
it for anything.
I would do the exact same thing if I had hot girl privilege.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I get everything for free.
Yeah.
But
how does it work?
Okay.
So the people at home, they don't understand this
Okay,
world,
so there's promoters, right? In every city, there's a promoter. And if, you know, he sees you and stuff like that, I'm like, hey, like, I'm doing a dinner. Come for free. You know, just come to the dinner or whatever. And there's a bunch of girls and you get dinner for free just to post stuff on your stories and Instagram because you're pretty. And like, they just want to promote girls for guys to see. Oh my God, look, all these pretty girls in this restaurant. And so they promote the restaurant so these guys can come and spend a lot of money, as well as clubs. Like, that's why they, you know, you see girls all the time at clubs, pretty girls, so the guys can come and spend a lot of money in it.
It's crazy to me because I remember when I'm from Wisconsin, where like this shit doesn't exist because the girls are just too ugly, the guys are too broke. Like, it's not a good space for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I always thought when girls went like on one of these trips where it's like, oh, we're flying you to fucking Mykonos on like first class, blah blah blah. I always thought it's like, oh, the girls like have to hook up with the guys. And then like after I lived in LA, I'm like, no, most of these trips, they don't. It's just, yeah, come on the trip. Maybe some of the girls end up hooking up with the guys, but it's not like that kind of trip.
No, sometimes it's not. Like, I've had events where it is, but then it depends on you and your boundaries, saying no and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like 50-50.
Yeah. Just depends on who you go with.
Yeah, it depends on the promoter. It depends on the people. So it's always 50-50.
So the ones that you went on that were like that, did you know ahead of time or did you find out when you got there?
One of them, yeah, I found out when I got there. It was a bunch of billionaires. And they went to this island. And it was for his birthday, right? He was turning 55 or whatever. And I didn't know, my friend invited me because I was her plus one, right? And then she didn't tell me anything about it. I'm like, you want to go? It's a free trip. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then kind of like at the end of the trip, she kind of said like, hey, like, you know, he doesn't really want you in the island because you're not going to hook up with him. Because I told him like, you know, you're not really that type of person.
Wait, you're skipping the part where you had a conversation with him.
No, I didn't have a conversation with him. The other girl had a conversation with him and saying like, oh, like, hey, is she going to hook up with me or not? Like, is she going to like...
So he asked her if you were going to hook up with him, and then she said no.
Yeah, she said she's not like that. Like, you know, like, she's not the type of person. And then he's like, okay, well, then she's going to have to leave. And I was just like, I don't care, because I was there for a week and I was living my best life, doing everything for free. And yeah, like, okay, cool. And then I just left. We both left because we weren't gonna do anything. And mind you, this guy's married. He has a beautiful wife. Of course, he's a billionaire, and that's what the billionaire culture is as well. They have open marriages, actually, all of them.
On the girl side too, or only the guy side?
The girl side too.
Oh, interesting.
They both kind of like, at the island, there was other girls, and I thought they were friends because they've been friends for years. Like, the girls were friends with the guy for years, but I guess that they hooked up with him too, all of them. And I was just like, okay, like, I didn't know that until like my friend told me, and I was just like, what do you mean? Like, he's married. Like, this is insane. But every billionaire does that, and kind of, I don't like that culture. The billionaire culture is just very like open marriage and like, all this stuff.
You don't like open relationships?
I don't.
Why is that?
Well, I'm very monogamist. Like, like I'm very like one person only. I think it's because how I grew up. And I don't know, it's like I can't, because it's like, wouldn't you be jealous? I would be jealous. Because what if you like that person enough to leave me?
But that's the whole point of an open relationship, is that you're not going to end up leaving anybody, because you are in a, that's the whole purpose.
Yeah,
what would be
still could like,
but you still could
reason?
Purpose.
You can't control a person. They could leave and be like, yo, I like this person better. I'm gonna go find another person with this person.
But that doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean? Do girls all the time? How many times have you met a girl? Oh, I'm so in love with this guy. Then like 2 weeks later, she's on her period. I'm not in love with him. I'm in love with this guy. Like, they just make things up.
But that's you're talking about completely different concepts.
The moon is in retrograde. Now I'm in love with this guy. Like,
it's got nothing
that happens
to do
all
with,
the time.
It's got nothing to
every
do
day, bro.
It's got nothing to do with anything. The concept of an open relationship is when you are already in a relationship with somebody, that you're emotionally committed to them. Okay. Now, there are different types of open relationships, but let's say for the sake of this conversation that you're in an open relationship with someone that you're physically open, but emotionally you're still committed to the person that you're with.
Then what's the point of being in a relationship with them? Because
what is a point
supposed to be all of it. For me, like, I don't believe in like another. Why would you want attention from someone else? Am I not giving you enough attention? Am I not giving you enough love for you just to be with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want so much? Why would you want so many other people?
Well, you're gonna answer that question for yourself right now. Why are you in your evil era or whatever the fuck it is that you guys call it? Your villain era.
I'm in my villain era because I don't want to date anybody right now. Like,
because you want attention.
No.
Okay.
I literally rejected every guy on my DMs and saying, hey, I'm not dating right now. Sorry. Like, I'm not.
I think you have a different definition of villain era. What's a villain era then?
My villain era? Like, my definition?
Yeah.
I think it's just focusing on myself and leveling myself up and just
That's not a villain era.
Okay, then what is it?
That's like a protagonist era, I think.
Okay, like main character era.
Main character.
Okay.
Era.
That's like me being by myself era.
That's a lonely era.
I'm in my main character era. Not in my villain era. That's too much. I'm in my main character.
Yeah, villain era is like you're going out, you're breaking hearts, hanging out with guys, fucking different guys. That's what villain era is.
Okay. I'm in my main character era, okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm not in my villain era. That's too much. I'm not doing that. That's too much work. I can't
it's
go.
Fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's like for me, it's like it's so tiring. It's so tiring to go to every other date and get to know this guy and telling them about my life and doing all this stuff and like just like
there you go. That's the other answer. That's why you're in a relationship. So you don't have to do all that.
Yeah.
So once you emotionally are connected, and also the other reasons of why you would be in a relationship with somebody is because you find somebody attractive enough emotionally that you connect with them and you're compatible with them.
Yeah, like why would I need someone else if I have you? Deadass. Like that's what me in a relationship. Like I'm a ride or die. Like, am I in a relationship with you? Why would I want someone else if I chose you? I didn't choose anybody else.
Yeah, but for guys it's different.
Okay, see, this is why I'm not dating right now. This is why I'm not dating.
We can't help it. It's biology. It's just like, oh, she's hot. Like, I don't know.
I know, but there is men that just want one person.
No, and I think one person can work for men too,
Yeah.
for sure, because you can like override your impulses. But every guy will have part of his brain that's like, damn, like, and no matter how hot you are, it's not even about, oh, you're hotter than that girl or whatever. It's just difference and like variety. And
see, this is
Darwin, when he invented evolution, he just made our fucking dicks go this way, this way.
And that's why I'm like not dating anything anymore, because I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through the whole like, see, thinking of another girl, like, is he gonna cheat on me? Is he gonna blah 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 blah? Like, this whole thing, because I just
but just because you're not going through it right now doesn't mean you're not going to go through it in the future. At some point you are. You're
I think
23 years old. What are you going to do when you turn 30?
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to be single forever?
I don't want to mind being single forever. I mean,
sure.
Yeah, maybe when I'm 30, I'll like settle down.
I can't wait to call you guys back on the podcast. Every single one of you who said, "Oh, I don't mind being." Once you're 40 years old, and be like, "How's the single life?" And you'd be sitting there crying, be like, "Oh, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have waited this long."
Your cats are crawling all over you.
I know. It's just like I'm just tired of men right now. I'm just tired of them. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you.
Yeah,
like I'm just tired of them. I'm tired of you playing games. I mean, I'm just tired of you not like being so immature.
Who are these guys that you're dating?
No, it's just like I'm tired of you being immature. I'm tired of you being insecure. I hate men that are so insecure. I'm like, why are you so insecure? Like, for example, like I was dating this guy and he literally was so insecure about other men. I'm not joking. It's so obvious. He was so insecure about other men. But you have an Aston Martin. You literally just bought an Aston Martin. You have all this money. And I'm just like, I just want to ask you one question. Why are you so insecure? If you have all this money and you have everything that you would want, you're not ugly. You don't have acne. You're great. So why are you so insecure? There is no reason why you should be insecure. You know what I'm saying?
But what was like? Was he insecure? Like you? Like he was like, oh, you're too flirty at the party with the guys. Was it guys?
Okay, this is what kind of ended it, right? This is what kind of like did like the don't call me blah 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 whatever. Mm-hmm. This guy is so immature and so insecure. It's not even funny. I texted him. I was just like, hey, like your friend DM'd me, right? Like, hey, your friend DM'd me. And he's like, did you answer yes or no? And I was like, yes, what's wrong with that? I thought you guys were friends. You don't even know what I said. And he said, you know what? We're done. Like, this is not even like, you know, like, don't text me, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, dude, like, I thought you guys were friends. Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't even know what I said. You're not even going to be curious of like, what did you say back? You know, like, come on. Like, you guys follow each other on Twitter. You follow each other on Instagram. And then I was like, hey, can we talk? Because the thing is, like, we were dating for like a couple weeks, right? And he does have a lot of stuff going on. And then I was just, can we talk? And he's like, I'm good. And I called him. He didn't answer. And I said, bet. Okay. And then I poured my heart out. This is what started my main character era. This is where I was like, I'm done. I poured my heart out to this guy. I was like, hey, like, I really don't see any other guy than you. Oh, no. Before that, he texted me. He's like, have fun with your new boyfriend. What do you mean have fun with your new boyfriend? Literally, you don't even know what I said to him. Like, we weren't even having a conversation of like flirtiness. Literally, he texted me, you should be worried about your friend. Go text your friend. You know, like, I'm letting you know. And then I was just like, okay. And then I poured my heart out that night after. And he said, I'm not interested. Sorry.
Yeah.
I love that for us. I love that.
Crazy.
Okay.
Insane.
So, okay. So how old is this guy?
He's 22. I'm a clown. I'm such a clown dating a 22-year-old. Can you believe that?
Okay. Don't you think that, I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't even know where to get started from. The car and the money and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at those as testaments to what, his maturity? Because if anything, I think that's trying to compensate for his insecurities.
Definitely.
I disagree with
So, well, in this particular case, it is, not in general.
Not in general. But in this case, yeah.
Not to mention, and what? How could you possibly disagree with it?
I think it makes sense. Like, okay, there's all of these things that girls are attracted to, right? Looks, success, money, charisma, you have a connection with them, blah, 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 you make them laugh, right? It's like, you're going to try to level up all of those things as high as you can so a girl will like you. It doesn't mean like definition. Trying to level one of them up is because, oh, I'm insecure about the other one. It's like, no, I'm going to level all of them up. Like, that's the whole point.
Yeah, but that's pure definition of insecurity. If you are insecure about your ability to be able to attract someone, you try to overcompensate by leveling up in an area that you think would actually attract other people.
No shit. But that's any area. Well, what are you going to be fat and be like, oh, you go to the gym, oh, you're insecure for going to the gym. You should be fat and like make girls like you for being fat. Like,
no, this is how it works. Like how men work. It's like, I'm fat, so I get the biggest car and I get the biggest house, and I'm still insecure about myself, but I still have the best car, all the money in the world, but I'm still fat.
Yeah, but even if you got skinny, you would still buy the car and the house, even if you were secure. Regardless, you're going to get the car and the house.
Yeah, but there's an underlying reason for why you do it.
Yeah.
If the reason why I went and bought something was because I wanted to satisfy myself versus I wanted to satisfy somebody else, it differentiates the...
Yeah, but any status symbol is by definition for somebody else.
That's not true. You have this theory that it is, but it just
if
isn't true.
you're the last man on Earth, everybody else died in a nuclear bomb. Are you going to go around in Louis Vuitton clothes? You wouldn't care. Who cares? It's Louis Vuitton. Nobody's going to see it. Who gives a fuck? You would drive a fucking Honda Corolla down the street and like nobody gives a fuck about a Lambo when there's no more people on it.
I would drive in a nice car that I like. I would drive in my Tesla.
Okay, I think the point
versus
is
a random car.
that he's insecure. Like,
I mean, yeah, he does seem insecure, like for other reasons. I don't think it's because of the house and the car.
No, it's because he doesn't have a purpose. He literally said that he has no purpose. Like, you know, he
How did he come to all this money?
He manages an OnlyFans agency.
Oh,
interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, huge green flag right there.
I should not be
Amber,
talking so much
because
because like
the right guy.
if he finds out, like I'm screwed. I hope he doesn't sue me.
How is he going to sue you? You didn't name him.
That's true.
So
That's facts.
no, it's not like anybody's going to know.
Yeah.
But okay. So when did you find out all this information about him?
What do you mean?
Like, first of all, how long were you guys dating?
A couple of weeks.
Okay. Why are you so obsessed?
I'll tell you why I'm obsessed. The first time we met was an after party. And he told me, hey, do you want to go for a drive? And then I'll take you home. I was like, okay. We drove to a little canyon. We parked this Austin Martin. And we had an amazing view. We talked about life for hours. We didn't do anything but talk about life. And like talk about each other. And we saw 2 deer. It was so perfect. Like we saw 2 deer and it was so cute. Like we just talked about life until the sunrise. Dead ass. From like 3 a.m. to like 7 a.m. And it was amazing. And then he drove me home. And then he's like, hey, can I take you to dinner tonight? And I was just like, yeah. And he didn't take me to dinner. He took me to Vegas for 3 days. All expenses paid. We didn't party or anything like that. We had adventures. Like we had activities. We did activities. We went on like the ice bar. Like super cool. We went on like he's never been to Vegas. So it was such an adventure for him. We got Fat Tuesdays and we got into those boats, like, you know, the Venetian, like where it's like the water. We went in there.
And he told you never been to Vegas.
Yeah.
Continue.
He's from the UK. He barely came here 2 months ago.
Okay. Carry on.
And we went there and then we went to Meow Wolf and we did like the whole like the market thing, the weird market thing. Like the whole Meow Wolf is like this art kind of like inside. There's different types of things to do and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And we just did activities and we were matching the whole time too, like outfits and stuff like that. And we kept like saying to each other, oh my God, we're like main characters together, blah, blah, blah. Like it was just such an amazing time. Yeah.
So you got love bombed.
I got love bombed.
And then now you're obsessed.
I'm not obsessed. Actually, I'm getting over it.
Please, for the love of God. Okay. So how long has it been over? Like when did this
almost 2 weeks
incident happen? So you guys saw each other for 2 months, you said, or 2 weeks?
It's just like a month.
A month. You saw each other for a month.
Yep.
And then it's been over for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you get attached easily?
Depends on the guy.
On the guy. So the more love bombing, the more attached you get.
I've learned not to do that anymore.
Have you though?
No. Okay. If you experience that with someone, come on, Zach.
Yeah, but there's a difference.
You're like, Zach, save me.
Save me, please. Exactly.
There's a difference between experiences.
Yeah.
And not recognizing infatuation and attachment.
Yeah, that's true. I got love bombed a little bit, I guess.
But it's like, I mean, it's kind of true on both ends. Like, yes, you like the person for the person, but I also do think that the way you meet somebody plays a huge role on if you guys are compatible. Like,
Yeah.
people say, like, oh, like, it's just about finding the right person. But I'm like, no, like, you meet somebody sometimes in the daytime when there's no alcohol and they're tired as fuck because they just, like, worked all day and they're just, like, out of it. And you're like, oh, this guy's kind of lame. Versus you meet a guy at a party, he had a couple drinks, he's feeling himself, he's confident, his friends are around, all of a sudden, like, oh, this guy's
But this
cool.
was an after party. It wasn't even like a party like you're barely drinking. No, this is like after. Like, this is 3 a.m. This is like everybody's kind of like whatever. Like, this party was just not even cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just literally sitting down by the pool talking. Literally sitting down, just talking. And that's how he was like, hey, like, do you want to go for a ride and I'll take you home? I was just like, that's really nice. I think.
I mean, ultimately, what happened to her was she was basically on like a reality show,
Kind
but
of,
like
yeah,
unscripted. Like you went through experiences on its steroids,
Yeah.
and then you were like back to back dating this guy, like hung out with this guy all day long for like multiple days at a time, and you know, you felt like there was like this fairy tale story that's like taking place, and in reality, it was all bullshit. So
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely like, I mean, come on, if you start like that, like how could you not be like, whoa, this is crazy?
Yeah.
You know, like you would be like,
I mean, you are 23 years old, so I guess that makes sense.
okay, who took you on a 3-day trip to Vegas or whatever it is to love bomb you?
No, I actually got an argument with a girl the other day on this. And she's like, Zach, typically you date like younger girls, kind of like judging me for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I told her, I'm like, this is the reason. Like, obviously it's to some extent the younger girls are more attractive. Obviously that helps. But it's more so like if you take a 29-year-old girl to Vegas, she's like kind of like been here, done that.
Yeah,
she's not excited. She's not like, thank you so much, I appreciate it. She's like, yep, you better take me to Vegas. It's like kind of like,
yeah, I was excited.
I like
so
that.
excited.
Like, don't lose your fucking like.
I'm not gonna lose that. I was just
yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to. I wasn't even expecting him to like buy me anything, but he bought me a dress, and I was just like, yay!
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't expecting him to buy me a Chanel bag. I wasn't expecting him to buy me anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just loved the experience and the activities and stuff like that. And I was so excited. I was like, guys, I was running in my house. I was just like, guys, this guy's taking me to Vegas. I'm gonna leave, and then I left. And it was so fun.
You know, the problem is being toxic is never one-sided.
Yeah.
Never ever one-sided.
Okay.
And so you come on here and now you're shitting on him.
I'm not shitting on him.
Well, you literally you opened up with, I'm tired of men.
Yeah.
You all suck. Like all this shit. And in reality, it's like you're part of this toxicity.
I take accountability. I do. I take accountability. But the thing is, like, I actually broke up with him. I did.
At what point was this? Like after when he broke up with
no,
you?
He didn't break up with me. I broke up with him.
I'm breaking up with you instead.
No, I mean, I don't even know if he broke up with me or the thing is, like, we were already broken up, and then we saw each other in Miami, and you know, and then we started talking a little bit more, like we started talking whatever, and then like he got like that, like instantly like switched, and I was just like, what do you mean? Like I thought we were good. I broke up with him because I knew that I had to leave because he had so much going on that I didn't want to be. I felt like a third person. I did. And I was just like, I need to go. And he understood that. He really did. He's like, hey, like, yeah, you're right. Like, I have so much going on. We can be friends. And I'm like, yeah, you know. But I think I do take accountability for not being patient and not giving him space of what he had to do. Because I felt like I wasn't getting what I wanted, you know, out of the relationship. He wasn't taking me after Vegas for 2 weeks. He didn't take me on dates. He didn't take me activities because he has something that he needs to deal with, and it's something big, you know, to stay in the United States, you know? So I was just like, hey, like, I know that I have to end this. You know, I had to end it, and I did. And he was really heartbroken. I understand that. And I know that he texted me that because he's hurt. Mm-hmm. He wanted to hurt me. After I poured my heart out, I know that he said that because he was hurt and he wanted to hurt me. And that's okay. You know, like I take accountability. I should have communicated with him and be like, hey, like, you know what? I know that you can't give me this right now. I should have patience.
Well, he made a mistake. You never that early in a relationship take girls on that nice of shit, because then it's like you set the bar so high for yourself. There's only downward to go. You have to like start off small and then level up and level up and level up.
I don't think it was like that.
Well, you just said, right, he took you to Vegas and then the next 2 weeks he didn't take you on like nice dates, right?
The thing is, like, he needs a visa and he's doing something right now that...
Yeah, I got it. We got it, Amber.
And so that's why he has a lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
He okay, cut this out. He needs to fake date somebody right now.
Yeah.
So why do you think he cut me out? Because he has to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that he shouldn't have hurt me like that. Deadass, he shouldn't have hurt me like that. But I have so much empathy for people, and I understand why he did that. Because he doesn't, he doesn't want to have those feelings, So, very complicated story. Really complicated story.
That is complicated.
So yeah, I mean, it just seems like this is not a all men suck problem. This is just
not. It's just
isolated
me.
issue, and Amber is still growing up problem.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with all men suck.
Not all men suck. I know.
Really, what it really is all the guys you want suck, because all the guys you want are the guys who have all these characteristics where they can get girls, and because they can get girls, they're gonna get girls. Like if you went like to Chipotle and just like whoever's working, like that guy doesn't suck. That guy would never cheat on you.
Yeah.
He would like always like text you good morning, princess. Like he would do all that shit. He would like, oh, here's a sweater. Like if you're cold, like he'll do all that shit.
I mean,
but
it varies.
Works at Chipotle.
It varies. There's actually are like men that are like fuck boys and they work at Chipotle.
But then they're also
what
like
fuckboy do you know
really
that works at Chipotle
looking or connected?
I mean,
or
I don't know anybody that works at Chipotle, but I do know normal people that are fuckboys.
But they're also like typically very well connected or very attractive, or they have other things, or very charismatic. They just got the swag, like they're not just like some normal dude who just fucking like plays Fortnite at night.
Well, here in LA, I'm just saying, like, I don't think I'm gonna date anybody in LA because, first of all, men here have the Peter Pan syndrome. Second of all,
you're the second person who said that.
Third person, actually.
Everybody says that. Like, and I just don't think they're in that stage of their life right now that want to settle down or actually want to have a real relationship. They have to like figure out that all these people are not gonna give them the satisfaction that they need. Yeah, maybe I'll just go somewhere else to date.
I don't think you're ready to date.
No, I don't think I'm ready. I'm really not ready, and I know that. That's why I did it for myself, and I literally like told everybody like, hey, I'm not dating or anything like that. I'm not really focusing on guys. I'm focusing on me, my friends, and having a good, traveling and discovering myself and learning new things and doing new things. I think that's so important to like focus on you sometimes, and like being single for a while, because once you get into a relationship that's actually gonna be forever, you're never gonna be single again. And you're never gonna have that era in your life where you were single, you were discovering yourself, you actually discovered what you actually like, what you don't like, and like being by yourself is so important to me too. Like, and it should be for everybody, because it's like you're not really by yourself all the time sometimes when you're like in a relationship, and like you're not like single and like traveling, not worry about anybody else,
Have you ever seen those videos of the people who are so religious that they never kissed before marriage?
Yeah.
And then on their wedding day, it's like, you may kiss the bride, and it's just like two cows like munching each other's face. It's like horrible, right?
Yeah.
And you start thinking about like, that's like the very like far end of the spectrum where like you never lived your life, and like now you're gonna have bad sex for the rest of your life. Like, that shit sucks. You know what I mean?
It does.
But like it can happen on a smaller scale. Even like you see like high school sweethearts, they get married, they're together for 10 plus years, and then the guy cheats, and it's like, why did you cheat? And it's like, fuck, I never got the opportunity to like, oh, what's it like having the college single life and blah, blah, blah.
That's what I'm saying. I think everybody should have that era. Of exploring, of doing all these things by themselves. Like if you want to go and hook up with all these guys, do it. Because I literally said, I want to go to Coachella. I want to do all these activities and all these festivals and stuff like that, and try a rave and try going to like EDC or something like that before I get to the era in my life where it's like I'm 30. And imagine I didn't do anything of these things and just stayed like, like those Christian people that are just like just one person and I don't do anything, and my goal in life is just to have kids and get married. And then I get to that point in my life and I'm like, that's how people become menaces after 30. You know what I'm saying? Because they never did. They never discovered themselves. They never went on and did something, got drunk or get blacked out sometimes, you know, in their 20s. I feel like you should definitely do a lot of things in your 20s. And then like when you're 28, 29, then you're like, you know what? I'm satisfied. I really did everything. And now I'm ready to settle down and be with that person.
But here's where you got to be careful with this. And you might get away with this. What are you, Latina?
Yeah.
You might get away with this because you're Latina. But what happens to a lot of girls, especially white girls, because us white people, we're downhill fast. It's like 25. It's like Botox. You better plug in the Botox.
Yeah.
And a lot of girls get used to this lifestyle, right? They're traveling. They're going to EDC.
yeah.
They're going to Coachella. They're doing all these things. Maybe their rent is paid for by some guy, whatever. And now they hit 28, 29. And all of a sudden, you know, the forehead looks like it's connected to the fucking Wi-Fi. And now it's like a lot more difficult to get guys. All of a sudden, a lot of girls get jaded because they never built up skill sets. Like you're saying, oh, I'm focusing on myself. But, you know, most people, when they say I'm focusing on myself, they're like, yeah, I'm like working out and like developing skills and like working a lot. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to EDC and like going to Tulum, you know? And then once you hit 28, 29, it's like, oh shit, I'm not getting shit paid for anymore. And on top of that, I don't have like a career path either.
Definitely. I think it just depends on the person. Like I know girls like that. Like in Miami, definitely like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know a good mindset of like, till I'm 25, I'm going to do this, right? I'm till 25. And after that, well, while you're doing that, you could actually build something for yourself as well.
Most people don't. But yeah, you
No, most people don't.
You definitely could.
I'm just like, what do you mean? Like all these girls, I've seen girls like not even having a place to stay. They're literally staying with different people, like nomads, but in a bad
I know
way.
what you're talking about.
And I'm just like, what do you mean you don't have something for yourself? What have you not been saving? You're doing all these trips to these guys with private jets and stuff like that and having all this lifestyle on Instagram. But I know the background of it. You don't even have a home on your own.
It's crazy.
You know, are you even saving for a house? You're not even saving for a house. You're living all this lifestyle and you're just like not even saving. You're not even like having a foundation for yourself, not even a business for yourself. What do you want?
We call the girls, we call them hand of God girls. Because there's this one girl we knew, it was the first girl that I like figured out this was happening to. And it was like literally every time she couldn't stay somewhere, like she's like staying with her boyfriend and then they break up. And it's like, I need a place to stay. And like the hand of God reaches down and like, oh, like my friend has this extra room. Then she like stays there. Then she like burns that bridge. Hand of God comes down again. Oh yeah, like there's actually like this couch you can sleep on in this mansion because the guy's out of town. And then like every time she had to move, like something would happen where she would just get saved. It's like hot girls just get saved.
Is
like,
that exhausting? I would be so exhausted if I have to like,
fuck.
Yeah, like if you have to find a place all the time. And I would feel so bad for that person's letting me stay. I'm like, I'm staying for too long. You know, wouldn't you feel bad you're staying too long? I'm just like, I'm staying too long. That's not even my house. I'm not even paying rent. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. I don't like people like that. I'm just like, don't you have a plan for yourself? Like, you're literally going to be 30 soon. What are you doing?
It's crazy because LA and like Miami and like maybe Vegas are like the only places in the entire US this happens. Like in Nebraska,
oh yeah,
even if you're a hot girl, you just like get a job. Like you just like, it's just like, what do you, they're like people, how do I make money? Yeah. You like do a resume and put a fucking cover letter and you like get a job. And LA's like, no, you just like figure it out. Like you just wing it and it just works. You know?
It works because it's like, it's the illusion. We're literally, it's called La La Land. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an illusion, like literally like Miami as well. There's the highs are highs and the lows are very low. You know, it's like if you're pretty and a girl, you have everything paid for. Because it's not reality. Like LA, Miami, it's not really reality. It's kind of like, it's weird. It is a bubble. And like other states, like even Vegas, like it's just not even that much of a bubble. It's like, it's reality. It hits you. Reality hits you. You can't do that in these states because nobody's going to do that for you. They
should have like a mandatory thing. Like before you move to LA, you have to like go live in Nebraska for like 2 months. And just like be like, oh, this shit sucks. Oh shit. Like maybe I really need to get my shit together, you know?
Exactly. But, you know, their girls are pretty and they're like, okay, I can exhaust this for a long time.
Yeah.
And then they do it for so long and then they're just like, they're 30 and nobody wants them. And it's really sad because like nobody wants them. They already know you're 30 because they have all the young girls. The young girls come in and it's like, sorry, we don't want you anymore. We're going to dispose of you. It sucks, but it's the truth. You know, that's kind of, I hate the whole world.
Well, what it is like, like guys have privilege for sure, but we like spread out our privilege over our lifespan.
Yeah.
And girls use up all their privilege in like 10 years. They just they're like sprinters. Like, you know, there's like a race, like sprint off and they use up all their privilege.
The
and
rabbit.
then they like slow down and get tired. And the guys like keep the tortoise in the hare. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because it's like Peter Pan story for the guys. Literally, a guy could be 40 and he's acting like he's 30, but he could do that.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy.
Peter Pan can still get Tinkerbell. Know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like you guys have the advantage of like just being like a Peter Pan, you know, like just being 50 and still getting girls that are 23,
because
30.
If you're a guy, as long you need looks, money, and being funny.
Not even.
No, you need 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
If you lose the looks, but if you're funny and rich, you're good. You know what I mean? Or if you're like rich and good looking, you don't have to be funny. You know what I mean? Like you need 2 out of 3.
Oh yeah.
So a guy, like the older you get, like you're good. But a girl, like you have to be hot. Like it's a prerequisite. Like,
oh yeah.
No matter how good of a personality you are, you could be the most successful. None of my guy friends would date Oprah. I don't care how successful she gets. She could like be like the biggest comedian and like so successful billionaire. None of my guy friends would date Oprah. The Chipotle worker's not even dating her. You know what I mean? It's just like it's not.
Yeah, no, for real though.
It's just reality. I don't make the rules. It's just the world we live in. You know?
No, deadass.
Yeah.
It's really sad, but it's the truth.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I wish to God I was attracted to fat girls. My life would be so much easier. Now,
you think? I mean, sometimes girls like, hey, they have high standards too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's because TikTok fucks it up for everybody. Because now TikTok, girl, you're a queen, you're a 10. We got these 5s out here now thinking they're 10s. It's like the movie where the dog thinks he's a bird and the family has to like stop him from jumping out the window because he's gonna die. Like all these girls are like in this mindset.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not a 10, you're gonna be alone forever. Find the guy who's a 5. Stop going for the guy who's a 10. You're a 5. Just stay in your lane or hit the gym, 1 or the 2, or find your nice 5 and you guys can live happily ever after.
Definitely, yeah.
Because now all these 5s who are guys are jerking off in their mom's basement with fucking Taco Bell and Doritos, and they're so sad because none of the girls like them because the 5s who they used to get with, TikTok made them think they're 10s.
Definitely. And then they end up alone. Like those girls too, they didn't find anybody because, you know, the 10s don't really want them. And then it's like now they're alone and they can't find anybody because the 5s already found the other 5s. Or a 5, you know, like they already found their people and then it's like time's up.
Time's up.
Time's up, ho.
Yeah.
Like
Time's up, ho.
Time's up, ho. Like
no, I even saw I figured this out the first time when I was one of my friends, she had like a Tinder account, right? And I love, like, she's a great person, whatever, like no shade, but like she's not attractive like at all. Like, maybe like 5.5, you know what I mean? And she's swiping on Tinder. We're all like, oh, let me swipe for you. She's like, ha ha ha. And I start swiping. I'm like, oh damn, 6-pack, fucking male model. Swipe. She's like, Zach, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm swiping on all the hot guys. She's like, no, that guy's not hot. I'm like, this guy's like a 9.5. He has a washboard, like his abs have abs. His fucking biceps could fucking squish my skull and grind it into creatine to put in his fucking protein shakes. Like this guy, you're saying no to this guy? Like the egos are huge. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think guys too, they have egos like, you're ugly. Like, why are you like trying to get with this girl? Like, she's not gonna get with you. Like, you need to relax. You guys need to be humble too.
Yeah,
like,
I
even
mean,
if
some guys
I'm sorry, even if all this money in the world, like, I would still, I can't. I can't. I'm sorry.
Amber, what do you think you are?
I don't know. I don't like those questions. I don't like those questions because I don't know what to say about myself. I don't have an answer.
You're conflicted between reality and what you believe you should be believing.
I think it depends on what what city. For example, like in Miami, I don't think I'm a 10 because it's a different standard. New York is very different. LA is very different. You know?
So break it down for me.
And it always depends on a man's opinion. Some guys, I'm not their body type. There's different body types. You know, some guys like the BBL girls. Some guys like the other ones. Like, that's why I kind of like.
Sure, it's very subjective, but
yeah.
It being subjective, what is your opinion about yourself?
I would feel like an 8. Definitely an 8. I don't know. I would say I get 8.5.
8.5. You got it. 0.5 is important. Well, you know how the scale is supposed to be laid out.
No, tell me.
So from a guy's perspective, right? Like you would think, 5's average, but obviously nobody would actually consider a 5 average.
I feel like 5 is like
5
really
is like
low.
ugly. Yeah. Even though technically between 1 and 10, 5 should be average.
Yeah.
That's not how it's an exponential scale. It's not a linear scale. That's why. So 5 and below are girls you would never hook up with as a guy. 6 is a girl you would hook up with, but like you don't want anybody to find out. Like you don't want your friends to know. You're like sneaking her out of the room. Like, but you're like, but like I kind of want to get laid. It's like that.
Yeah.
Girl. 7 is like
Bless you.
basic cute girl, right? Like she's cute.
7, yeah.
You're not embarrassed to be with her, but nobody's like impressed.
But she's basic. You know those
She's
basic
kinda
girls?
Basic. Yeah, she's just normal.
Yeah.
She's just normal.
Yeah.
You know. 8 is like, oh shit. Like people will be like, damn, Zach's dating a baddie. Like his girl's hot. You know what I mean? 9 is like a bona fide model. Like you're like an actual, you could do modeling for a living. That's a 9. And then 10 is like,
I feel like 10 is too, like.
I never give out 10s because it's like nobody's perfect. So it's like, what is a 10? Like some people are like, dude, she's a dime. I mean, you can't give out these dimes like everything's a dime. Like, so I don't think 10s really exist.
I think 10 would be like your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like the person that you're going to end up with, you would say like she's a 10 because, you know, like she's a 10. I feel like
what
that's
I
like
would say so then I can get laid for the rest of my marriage. But yeah.
Well, you better say that whenever you get married.
Like,
you better say that. Like she's a 10.
No, but that's not
I don't even
true,
think there's a 10. I don't know if there's a 10 because everybody has a different opinion. They're not going to say
the only 10 is like an AI created ChatGPT.
Exactly.
Like that's the only 10 that's.
I mean, not even for me would I would say that was a 10. For me, I don't know. I don't think there is a 10.
Like it doesn't exist. It's
I don't think it doesn't exist. Do you think?
I think it's so subjective.
It is.
That a 10 is just a matter of opinion at that point.
I feel like it would be your wife.
Because I don't think anybody's perfect in anybody else's eyes.
No.
So it's like, I don't think two people would fully agree that a person is 10. And I think for us is a little bit, we were talking about this yesterday, actually. I think for us is a little bit, the scaling system is a little bit different than like normal people. Because we're so around women that like what we see on a regular basis is a lot different than somebody who like interacts with a woman, you know, once a month.
Yeah.
So we have different perspectives.
Well, I like that perspective because it's like you around so many women that you could actually kind of
have an opinion,
you know, because you're always around them and stuff like that. And I kind of like that. I kind of do like men going through their phase of like fuckboy phase and stuff like that, because then they know what they want. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be, it's less of a possibility of a man being a hoe, you know, because it's like they already went through that. Like they already got all the girls that they wanted, all the things that they wanted. And then they're good. And then they're like, okay, I know what I want. I want this girl, and I know I could just be with her. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that. What do you think?
I understand the perspective. I don't particularly agree with it, but I don't think it's accurate, but I do understand
There's
it.
just more nuance. There's 3 stages that you go through as a guy. So stage 1, you're just horny. You're just like have fucking hormones coursing.
Okay.
Like you see like 2 balloons next to each other, you get a boner. Like it's like you're just fucking horny as fuck. You're 21 years old, right? And you literally just want to get laid for the fact of getting laid.
Yeah.
Then you get laid enough times, and like getting laid is cool, but like it's like, okay, I've gotten laid before. It feels good, whatever. But then you seek validation because you're like, I got laid enough. I need to sleep with girls so then I can prove to myself I'm cool. Girls like me. You can show off to your friends. Yeah, I'm the cool guy. Don't worry. And then eventually you've got enough validation where you start to say, hey, I don't need to like sleep with another fucking 20 girls to prove that I'm cool. I've slept with a bunch of girls. I know I'm cool. Everybody knows I'm cool. I don't need that validation anymore. Yeah. And that's when you finally get to the stage of the type of guy that you'd want to date. Because then he's like, no, I want an actual connection with somebody, and somebody that helps me in a relationship beyond the validation and the sex part.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I always look for. And it sucks because sometimes you don't find that.
Yeah. It's tough in LA. Most guys just stay in the validation stage.
Yeah, they just, still they're 50.
Yeah.
You know, they'll see those guys that are 50 years old and still at parties. That
just Peter Pan. They got the Lost Boys around them.
Well, it's like those guys are there because it's like they didn't get the money until they were like in their 30s, you know?
Which is
and
fair,
like,
yeah.
I mean, I get it, but it's like, bro, you're like old. Like, don't you want to like retire or something? Like, don't you want to like have kids or something? Like, that's just a lot.
Well, I was thinking about this yesterday. I think with technology, we have like before, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the 1960s, if somebody had one career, right, that was like a lot.
Yeah.
Because you spend years trying to perfect that one career, the skills and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then by the time you turn 60 years old, you know, you're like old and tired and you just, you know, you wanted to retire.
Mm-hmm.
But now, because of access and technology, there's so many, you could have multiple careers all at once. So then by the time you're 50 years old, you're like, I'm just getting started. Like,
yeah.
I could still do 10 more things that I haven't done before. And plus, we're not as tired as we used to be.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, because you have access to so much more food and other things that would make you stay healthy for longer.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've got like my grandmother who's like 82 years old. She still thinks that she could like fucking run a marathon. And I'm like, bro, chill out.
Yeah.
You just can't.
What's the oldest you've dated?
34.
Okay. That's pretty reasonable.
That's pretty reasonable. Yeah, it's not that bad. I can't go
No,
over.
I'm actually surprised you haven't dated older.
Oh, no,
You
I
can't go over what?
I can't go over 35. Like, that's like the max. 35, that's it. I can't.
Why is that?
For me, it's so important for someone to be like kind of have the same humor, right? Like kind of like in the same kind of generations. Because I want you to know the memes. I want you to know the humor. I want you to know like the trends and stuff like that. Because that's kind of important to me. You know, it's like kind of like, that's how like we kind of have.
Like, what are we
be
talking
funny.
about that you don't think like
memes
we
are
would
just like,
know?
well, Minecraft.
Like Slay Queen.
We know what Minecraft is.
But you never played Minecraft.
We have a friend who is 37 and plays Minecraft still. Actually,
that's true.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like,
we'll set you up with him.
No,
the 37-year-old Minecraft player. Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, you know, like, for example, like the guy that I'm not with anymore,
the 22-year-old,
the 22-year-old.
Uh-huh.
We related on video games. Like, he told me, he's like, yeah, like I used to play Minecraft too, and I'm like, that was so cool. Like, we used to talk about it, you know, and he told me, he's like, when I get a house here, I'm gonna put a gaming setup and you can come in here and play Minecraft.
So you rather relate about a video game versus things that would make you grow in life.
It's just like, I want to experience sometimes with people. Like, for example, if this guy is like 40 and he already went to Coachella 10 times, he already went to EDC 10 times, he already did all this stuff 10 times, it's not going to be fun for him. Why would he take me to these places? You know, like.
Yeah, why don't you just fucking go with your friends?
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go with my friends and stuff like that. I'm just saying.
Billionaire,
yeah, but
you could be in a relationship with that guy and still go with your friends.
But I still want to experience that with somebody like that. I want that guy to put me on his shoulders and I'm going to be so cool, like doing that stuff with him and having that experience with him. Driving to Indio and having that experience with him, you know, like listening to music together we could relate to, like, you know, having that thing, driving to Vegas together and stopping at the alien like space thing, cool, having jerky and like just experiencing life like that, you know?
When I was 25 years old, I wouldn't have wanted to do those things to begin with.
But
like,
I do.
No, I understand that. My point is that regardless of whether I'm 35 years old or 25 years old, it never changed whether I wanted to do those things or not.
Well, it depends on the person. Like, you probably don't want to do those
But that's
things,
precisely my point.
Yeah.
The guy who is still playing Minecraft and he is 37 years old would do exactly those things.
Yeah.
So it's very person dependent
That's
as
true.
opposed to age dependent.
It is, but also on average, as your age goes up, you care less and less about.
Yeah.
Like I didn't move to LA till I was what, 26, 27, something like that. And I remember I came here and I started seeing this girl, and we're like pretty new. And she's like, oh, like, do you want to go to Disneyland tomorrow? And I'm like, oh, you never told me you have kids. What the fuck? And she's like, I don't have kids. I'm like, are you a pedophile? Like, why are you going to Disneyland? She's like, no, I'm going with my friends. I'm like, are your friends pedophiles? Like, what? What are you going to go rub Mickey Mouse's head and fucking like jerk off into the Goofy land? Like, why are you going to Disneyland? She's like, no, like, it's fun. So it's like, I understand what you mean. It's like a different thing where, yeah, when I was like 19, It's like, yo, let's go to Disneyland and like.
Yeah.
This is every more reason why this is person dependent and not age dependent. I still would go to Disneyland. And
I mean,
have
that's
fun.
true.
Really? Yes.
I mean, that's true.
I think it's a fun place.
You're right. I mean, I think
Yeah.
I go back to like a person can be 37 but still act. A guy could be 37 and still act like he's 19. Or
A lot of guys.
Or a 22-year-old or 23-year-old could act older than, you know, this 37-year-old that's acting like 19.
Mhm.
You know, like it is subjective. It is like depends on the person how mature they are. You know,
But see, that's the thing that comes with its other baggages.
yeah,
You can't have it both ways. You can't
I know.
say that you want a mature guy who like knows how to treat you and do all this stuff, but also play Minecraft and put me on your shoulders and like go stand next to fucking 2,000 sweaty people and like go like woohoo, do like music you could listen on your fucking iPod. Like it's just like it makes no sense to me
I know.
that you guys want the two worlds that collide with one another and like make no sense.
Oh, I still dream though. I have too much high standards like that.
High? That's low as fuck. It's not high standards at all. You're telling yourself that it's high standards. It's not.
Okay, well, you mean that those two worlds can't clash? Like, what do you mean? I can't have both of those worlds?
You
Like, what do
cannot.
you
You can't
mean?
have it both ways.
I don't
Why
think it's
not?
impossible.
I mean,
think
it's
it's
not
just rare.
impossible, but like,
Who do you know? Okay, when you say
Okay,
rare, like who do we know that if she can't find it, we don't know anybody like that. Do you know anybody like that?
Does Asa like Disneyland?
Disneyland, or we're talking about Coachella, her being on his shoulders.
I mean, I don't know. I guess it just depends.
you're right. I think, you know, like,
I think it's possible.
it's
to
like
find
a
it.
give and
It's
take. I
rare.
feel like it depends on the relationship. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, I should just go with my friends and like explore Coachella and stuff like that, and then come together later. You know, he does his thing and I do my thing, and then we just come back together.
No,
and
but
just-
I think it's legit of you if you're like, no, I want these experience. I want to like kiss my boyfriend at Coachella underneath the fucking ferry-go-round or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I get that.
No, I understand. I'm not saying it's unreasonable to want it. I'm saying it's unrealistic to think that it exists.
No,
A
it's-
person who's mature, it is not going to want to do those things.
Yeah.
Like the girl that I'm seeing, she wants the same thing. She was like, oh, I would love to go to, like, I really want to go to a festival with you. I fucking hate festivals. I can't fucking stand them. But I said, if you really want me to go, I'll go with you. Right?
See, that's maturity.
It's called exactly, but it's called compromise. Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to volunteer for it, but I'll do it because of her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called being a simp. Yeah.
No, it's not being a simp. It's sacrificing. Like, she's probably sacrificing
Compromise.
things.
Being a beta male, bro. A beta male activity.
It's not.
But my point is, no part of me wants to do that.
Yeah.
So, but the problem is when you're looking for somebody who wants to do immature shit, then they're just not going to have the mature parts.
Then I should just date a 22-year-old. Just gonna date a 22-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the era that you're in, where these are the things that you want to do, and you don't find a guy who's mature that would be willing to do it with you, then yeah, just date an immature guy until you burn out, and then try to find a mature guy. But then at that point, you're too walled off and hurt and broken, and the guy who's gonna see you who is mature is gonna be like, you know what? No, you got too many scars.
Yeah.
But hey, to
Everybody
each
has
their
too many
own.
scars when they get old.
Depends on the person.
You don't have too many scars. Don't tell me that.
There's a difference between having scars that are not healed and ones that are.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I kind of like came to a conclusion that I should just do it by myself with my friends.
Why do you think I have a lot of scars?
Because you're old. Okay, no offense. But like, the older you get, the more scars you get, obviously. Obviously, you should heal them. But I'm just
Theoretically
saying,
speaking,
like,
sure.
you have so many other experiences. You have more wisdom. You have more experiences, more wisdom to share, and you've dealt with more stuff because obviously you've lived here more in this earth.
Well, there's a difference between people who learn from their experiences versus people who never learn from their experiences.
Well, yeah.
Just because you experiences doesn't mean that you actually are a mature person and have wisdom, because a lot of people who don't learn from their experiences have no wisdom at all.
But you do, though.
Me
We're talking about
particularly,
you.
yes.
Exactly. So it's like, like you're old.
I'm not that old. I'm 35.
Oh.
I'm right on your
Damn.
line.
I'm just kidding. Damn. Oh, sorry.
T-Rex over here. Watch out.
T-Rex.
Is my water shaking?
Is there a particular way that men should ask women out on dates?
Depends on the
Like, do you have a preference on how a man should ask you out on a date?
Yeah, I mean, I like the man's like, hey, like, do you want to go on a date with me? And then I say yes, and then he chooses a place, you know, instead of him telling me like, oh, where do you want to go? Okay, then you were the one who wanted to take me on a date.
But the initial approach,
Okay, like,
should it be like straight up, hey, I want to take you, like, hey, how's it going? I want to take you on a date. Like, that's not.
you're right. I think you should talk to the person first. Like if it's in a bar or whatever, it's like, hey, like, how are you? This is me, blah, I'm from this blah, blah, blah place, right? Like just a little talk. And then be like, hey, like, do you want to go out for dinner sometime? Or do you want to go on a date with me sometime? And then the person's going to be like, yes, because you already warmed up to the person. I think kind of like warming up the person a little bit and then asking them, you know? Kind of making them comfortable, because that's like psychology, right? You make someone comfortable first and you talk to them and like you make them comfortable in your, you know, you make yourself comfortable and then you tell them, and then I think it'll be easier for them to say yes. You know?
Do you ever get guys come up to you and then you just ignore them?
I don't know. I feel bad. No, I'm not that type of person. I actually do talk to them even if I don't want to talk to them. I do talk to them because I feel bad. I want to be a nice person because LA's too small. Dead ass. Like I don't even know. And plus, like I'm not like that. I'm not that girl that's like, ugh, you're ugly, I'm gonna go. No, because you never know, you know. And I just talk to them a little bit, just get to know them. I'm like, oh, it was nice to see you. I need to go with my friends, and then I leave.
Unless they got the Riz.
Right.
They
So
rope you in with the Riz.
that's where the question is. Like, is there something that somebody could? Have you ever had somebody come approach you, and then when you looked at them, you weren't particularly interested, but then once they started talking to you, you became interested.
Yep.
What did they say?
For me, it's just talking about life and getting to know that, like when you have a really good conversation with someone, like, oh my God, yeah, like that's true. Like we just have a good conversation about life. Me talking to someone about life and stuff like that, or just connecting in some ways, like we're kind of similar, that kind of really makes me like them, you know, or like them being a nice person or just being funny and just actually having that they actually like to do activities and stuff like that and exploring life.
If Amber had to ask Amber out or make Amber interested, what would Amber say?
I think she would say,
like you just met yourself.
I just met myself.
Yeah, you're about to walk up. You saw yourself from across the room, and you're like, "Damn, that girl is a 8.5," as you say.
8.5.
8.5. I think I would say like, "Hey, like, how are you?" No, and actually, I wouldn't say that. I was like, "Hey, my name is blah blah blah. My name is Amber. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm from San Diego, blah, blah."
That is the lamest fucking approach ever. Hey, how are you?
Actually, okay, if we were...
That shit would not work in real life, I promise you.
If we were at a party...
It's like anti-Riz.
No,
like
if we were at a party and there was music dancing, I think I would just be like, hey, do you want to dance with me? And then I would take them to dance and I would dance with them and stuff like that and show them that I'm actually funny. And then I'm actually like, you know, have Riz, like actually dance or whatever. And then I'll just take them aside and be like, oh, like, I really want to talk to you. Like, I want to get to know you. Like, where are you from? Blah, 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 blah. And then just get to talk, you know, like.
So some random guy walks up to you and says, hey, let's go dance.
Yeah.
You would just be like, yes.
Yeah.
If he was hot.
Yeah.
I could see that working.
I'm hot, so.
Yeah, but we're not talking about, but this
hot.
is what I'm talking about. We're not talking about hot people. We're not talking about people who got it all.
Oh, okay.
How does an ugly...
We're talking about a normal person.
You're telling me that myself, take myself out. So like if I saw myself, obviously I would say yes to like
8.5.
dance.
I mean, she's 8.5 come up to her.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
If an 8.5 come up to me, be like, of course I'm gonna dance with you.
Yeah, but see, the first question I asked you was, have you ever seen a guy that came up to you that you weren't initially attracted to, but then when they started talking,
yes,
and they became attractive?
Yeah.
Which means that they weren't the most attractive person.
No.
And they could have been physically a 6, for example.
Yes.
And then their personality was an 8 or a 9.
Yes.
Right? So
the person that I was dating, yes.
Oh, that's the same. Okay, how did he ask you out?
So, okay, it was crazy because after the club, I didn't even know this guy. He was the one who took us to the after party. He gave us a ride. And to be honest, I wasn't even thinking of anything about him. I couldn't really see him and how he looked and stuff like that. And I was just like, whatever. I was like asking him questions on the car. I was just like, how do you see yourself in 5 years? Because I was like, at that point, I was just like
bit.
trolling these guys, right? My friend or whatever. And I was just trolling these guys. I was like, how do you see yourself in 5 years? And he wasn't really answering me or whatever. Like, I don't know. It was just a conversation. And I was just talking. I was literally talking my ass out, okay? I was just literally being a menace. I was really being like, you know, like whatever. And then we get to the party. And I wasn't even thinking about this guy. Like, literally, I wasn't even thinking that he's cute or whatever. I'm going to go talk to this guy. I couldn't see him that well, so I couldn't see if he was cute or not. And I would just assume like he was not that cute. And he kind of, we were talking in our ear because we couldn't hear because of the music. And then he told me like, hey, like, do you want to, we were just saying stuff. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but it was cool. But the thing is like, I was in the mentality of like, oh, this guy's just talking to me. He's going to go away. Like, I'm just going to talk to him and I'm just going to go away. And I was being nice, and that's why he's like, oh, you want to come and sit outside and talk? And I was like, yeah, let's do it, whatever. And then I just sat down and talked, and I was just like, oh, wow, like, we're actually having a good conversation. We're actually relating to things. We actually like the same things that, you know, like, he's actually cool. He's not a fuck boy. He's not somebody that actually would just, like, want to sleep with me, you know? And then he asked me, he's like, do you want to get out of here and go for a ride, and then I'll take you home? I was like, yeah. Because I love spontaneous stuff. I love when it's like someone's like, oh, do you want to go for a ride and then go see the stars on top of my car? Yeah.
Well, this was the 22-year-old, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So we went on a drive and we just talked about life. I think for me, talking to someone, actually getting to know somebody, I would love that person more than somebody just trying to rizz me up and like snuggle me and like have sex with me. Dead ass. I would care less about that than someone actually talking to me about life and like taking me somewhere and like just talking about things and just getting to know each other.
He makes fun of me when I have deep conversations with people.
Why?
No, because Mo will be, we call it the tractor beam.
Okay.
We'll all be partying, having fun, and Mo like doesn't drink, so he doesn't really like have fun and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he will find like one person and to tractor beam him, and they'll be sitting like in the corner by themselves, like talking about like, oh, like my inner child when I was 5 fucking healed, and now you have trauma. Why do you have the trauma? Oh, let's dissect this. Oh, when you're a kid, your mom didn't give you compliments on your new khakis, and now you have trauma for the rest of your life. Like, it's like he'll be in like those everybody else like party shots. Yo, you want to do a shot? It's just funny. Yeah,
That is funny. Why do you do that?
Well, I mean, those are not the actual topics of the conversation, but
gray area.
they aren't.
We'll agree to disagree on that one.
But no, I just don't particularly find surface level conversations interesting.
Me neither. It's like, okay, hi, how are you? I literally have a whole thing. Hi, how are you? Where are you from? Oh my God, that's so cool. How was that? Oh, that's so cool. Well, I'm from San Diego, California, blah, blah, blah. Like simple shit like that.
I just truly believe that if you don't got anything meaningful to say, you shouldn't say anything at all.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I fell for that 22-year-old, because he did have something meaningful to say. So I love that for us.
Good for you. I know we probably asked this question already. I mean, I know we did, but I don't remember what your answer was. But I mean, we'll ask it again. Is the green bubble a red flag?
Oh.
Be honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
You asked me that last time, and I said yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's like Android, really? You really could get, like, your phone can be connected to every device, Apple.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be so easy for you. But you chose the hard way in life. You literally chose a path that's really, really hard. You chose a rocky one instead of like the one that's
you do realize
smooth.
there are connectivities aside from Apple.
I know,
as well,
but
yes?
it's like, do you really prefer to have like your car in CarPlay or whatever that is? Samsung
There's also
Play?
Oh no,
Android
but
Play.
if you hack Apple CarPlay and you go into the code and then you switch this, it can actually work with an Android. Just check the specs.
That's so much work. I've had an Android before. It's just so much work.
You
I'm
guys
just
are
like,
insane. The cars have Android Play and Apple Play.
I like CarPlay. It's
yeah,
cute.
CarPlay is better.
I think it looks
All
so
the
cute.
good cars have CarPlay.
Yeah,
They have both.
Well, okay, I've never heard of.
I don't think a Lambo is gonna have Android Play on the. Fucking,
They literally
what
do.
Android owner has a fucking or
It's
what
ironic.
Lambo owner owns an Android?
It's ironic considering that their operating system is an Android.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you don't hear Android Play. You know, you hear CarPlay.
You don't hear it because you don't use it because you have an Apple.
Exactly.
we don't hang out with
Half
poor
of the
people.
population has Apple. Like dead ass. Like
Yeah.
nobody really has an Android. I'm sorry. Like
You just established
you're
that
literally
half
the first
population.
guy that I've seen that has an Android.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I've been to every party. I've literally been to Miami, and I have not seen a guy that has an Android.
No, but that's actually not true because we're in our bubble. If you go to like a lot of third world countries, like they have.
Oh yeah, no, China and like Japan and stuff like that.
Venezuela, yeah.
Yeah.
You just
No,
call
yeah.
China and Japan third world countries.
Oh, sorry, not third world countries, but I'm saying like where they actually have the majority of Androids, because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
like Samsung is from China, you
Yeah.
know, like and Asia as a whole, like they have
Samsung
more.
is not a Chinese country, but sure, continue.
Okay, but like Android kind of
Yeah.
like countries like Asia, Japan, like all these India.
Venezuela.
Actually, no, I've seen
Africa.
Indians have a lot of iPhones. Just saying.
Well, because they're growing, their GDP is going up recently, so now they can get iPhones like adults, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even Mexico, I've seen more people just want iPhones. They don't really care
Yeah.
about Android.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe for Mo so he can get a big
Please
boy phone.
donate to Mo to have an iPhone.
The
For
bubbles can be blue for you too, Mo.
For the trillionth time, my phone is more expensive than yours.
I know, but it's still, I'm just like, I love my life easy.
Yeah.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Like my iPhone is pretty easy to me. Like it's just too much work. I'm just like,
I agree.
I always tell people iPhone is for simple people.
yeah.
You know, Androids are for smart people.
Oh, you're a smart person. You think you're more of a complicated person?
I'm extremely complicated.
Mo
Oh.
likes people to think he's different. and
Oh,
cool
he's
and
not
smart.
like your
He's
average
different.
girl. He's not a basic
Yeah,
bitch.
he's not basic. He's,
He's
different.
not a basic bitch. No. So Mo, tell us about your complicated. Let's say if you're complicated and stuff like that. So how is your dating life? Is it complicated?
Oh,
Or
it's
is it-
complicated. Yeah.
Why is my dating life complicated?
It's
My
always been
dating life is
complicated.
very simple.
How is it?
Good.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like what's the question? I don't know what the question is.
What's one of the things that you've had to learn from all of your relationships that you've had? What is one thing that you would say like, you kind of take accountability on?
That I take accountability on? Oof. That's a rough one. Well, I was having a conversation with the girl that I'm seeing about this. One of the things that I've recognized about myself is that I always try to what I value in a woman is the ability to feed my ego.
Every guy.
Well,
I did
yes.
that. Didn't work. I'm just kidding.
But
it did work.
But I think knowing that's what you need then allows you to communicate what it is that you actually need.
Definitely. I love that.
Whereas I think before there was a time where I hadn't realized that was a part of what I needed. And so I
Yeah.
would act in a certain manner that probably would come off disrespectful to the relationship,
Mhm.
where in fact that wasn't particularly the intention.
I like that. See, accountability. It's really important. What do you take accountability of?
Me?
Yeah.
The problem is I'll end up in these like quasi relationships where I will tell girls that we're not exclusive. But then there gets to be a point where they like think they can change me, or I don't know. It's like they know we're not exclusive.
Oh, so the Facebook group was right.
I mean, that's probably what it's referring to, because it's like sometimes it feels like
Oh my God, that is so true.
yeah.
That's true. They probably think when you say like, I don't want to be exclusive, whatever, blah, they try to change you and then they can't.
Yeah.
They go and be like, look at this guy. He can't, he's a red flag. Don't date him ever in his life. He's blacklisted from everything. Don't let him in the clubs.
and it's crazy because like it's like girls know this, and I tell them this. I'm very honest about
Yeah.
it. But I think, and girls will say like, multiple girls have said, "Oh, you have all this trauma. You need to get resolved. That's why you're like scared of commitment." And I'm like, I really don't. I'm just like, don't want a relationship right now. I'm just like not. That's all it is. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I think they think, oh, and to some extent, it's my fault, because also like, even if I'm just like hooking up with a girl, we'll still go to like nice restaurants. I'll still like take her out and stuff like that.
But yeah, because you don't want to be that guy.
Because I don't really, do the hookups where it's literally like you up at like 2 a.m. Like my situationships, I guess you could call them, are more like, yeah, like we hang out still, like we have a connection. It's not just like some random chick that just comes over and bangs. Like it's I like the person, I still have feelings for the person.
But I think with girls, because you have to be different with girls, right? Like, yeah, you can't just be like, I want to be a nice guy and take you to dinner, so you don't think that I'm just a soulless guy. But it's all about boundaries. Like girls get really, you gotta think like a girl, right? Like girls get really attached really easily, right? Mm-hmm. Girls emotionally get really attached, right? Like they're just like, so if you take her to dinner and you're nice to her and stuff like that, it kind of sends the wrong message. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing is like, I'm not doing it to send a message. I'm doing it just because like, I like going to a nice dinner.
Yeah, but it's like, you kind of have to have boundaries. And if you actually just want to be exclusive, you gotta have to go to nice restaurants by yourself.
So I should take my hookups to like McDonald's or something.
Okay, so this is his biggest problem. You're right to a certain extent, but he also lacks communication. So what he does is he would do all these great things. He becomes very like husband material, but he doesn't communicate. I do
communicate.
No. He doesn't communicate that. Hey, by the way, I'm still in the same place that I was when we started. So as time goes on, they start to think that, oh, husband material, he's actually changing. He's becoming the person that I think he has the potential to become. But in reality, he hasn't said a word in like 6 months. And then all of a sudden, he's like, oh, like, what are you talking about? I was in the same place that I've always been. Like, you know, this was the same thing. And they're like, what the fuck? You did all this stuff. You said all these things. But they're confused. But he's not confused because he's still in the same place.
That's what you have to do. You literally have to communicate. Communication is key. I'm telling you, communication is key. You might be like, hey, like, I still don't want anything exclusive. If you do, you need to go. Because I'm telling you, girls date for potential so much. We date for potential. You know, like we date like, oh my God, he has potential. Let me fix him.
Yeah.
You know, you look lonely. Let me fix you.
Like,
you know, like
he's poor now. But
he has potential. If I give him the opportunities, and if I take him to these parties with these networking people and blah blah blah, he'll like be that guy that I want. I'm sorry, but that's not gonna happen. We can't date for potential anymore, guys. Okay, nobody date for potential anymore. It's over.
No, I agree. I was so mad. Have you ever heard of this thing called HelloFresh?
Yeah.
It's like meal delivery because I don't know how to cook. I don't know like like put in the microwave 30 seconds, whatever. And I bought like the 20 pack because it was like cheaper in bulk.
Yeah.
And they all come in and I open up the first package and it's just ingredients in there. And I was like, I thought this was meal prep. So I call the place. I'm like, yo, you sent me the wrong thing. It's just ingredients. They're like, no, you have to cook it. I'm like, I'm paying you for meal prep. I have to cook it? Like, what's the point of like, so when girls say like, oh, I date for potential. I'm like, why would you date the ingredients when there's guys who are already steak, medium rare, mashed potatoes. They're done. You know what you're getting. You know what it tastes like. You can taste it. It tastes good. You don't have to like, here's ingredients. I hope it turns out. Let's go put the garlic cloves on or whatever the fuck cooking people do, you know?
Yeah, that's
true.
Cooking
people do.
That's true. I like that analysis.
It's a great,
it's a great analysis. Yeah. You know, I dated HelloFresh. I need a date. The meal.
The full meal.
The actual chef.
Hop in the BMW, go to Catch Steak and just get your meal.
I thought I did though. But he has a lot of things to go.
Yeah.
He has a lot of shit going on.
A lot of ingredients.
Hey, maybe after he settles and he has a house here, maybe he'll text me back.
You never know.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, I'm delusional. Why can I be? You know, actually being delusional works and it helps you. It's helped me, you know? But anyways, you need to be more communicative. And why don't you just want a relationship right now?
I would actually be down for a relationship. Okay, you know how you're like, I want the guy who's like, can have fun and go to parties, but also he's mature, right?
Yeah.
The guy version of that is, I want a girl who's super hot, but doesn't care about the status and the clout and all these things, and doesn't care about, it's Drake's party, I want to go, because like that's like a huge turnoff for most guys, because it's like, I want you to like me.
But it's every girl in LA.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
So if I found a girl who was like really attractive and honestly didn't care about that stuff, I would like date her in a heartbeat. I would be like, yo, let's fucking do this. And obviously we connect and everything else. But like, it's LA.
It's
so hard to find. It's like every time I like meet a girl, you're really cool. And then I look and we have like 30 mutuals. I'm like, that's a red. You're friends with the same people I am. That's a red flag.
I mean, it's really, and you have to talk to that person too. Like you have to be like, hey, like, you know, what do you mean that's a red flag?
Because it's like
Promoters and stuff?
Yeah, like I'm in the scene. Which means if the girl's in the scene too, that means constantly in her DM, she probably has 30 DMs per weekend of.
But you don't actually know her. Did you actually get to know her and see if she actually cares about that?
No, that's why I said it's a red flag. It's not a deal breaker.
Yeah.
It's a red flag. Sometimes I'm like, the flag is waving. Well, let me see past the red flag.
See, this is also his problem. He wants the both worlds, right?
Yeah.
He wants somebody who is a 10 but knows no one.
Yeah.
And the reality of it is,
the goal.
if you're a 10,
Zach,
you're going to get
can't-
approached by 20 billion people.
It's very difficult. Yeah.
Like, okay, you want a 10, but it's like there's gonna be guys that are gonna go up to her, they're gonna DM her and stuff like that. Like they're gonna do it. You know, it's like that's why the guy like.
Yeah, and I don't mind. Like, obviously she's gonna get hit on, but I need a girl who doesn't care about the attention, which most girls. So
you want someone from corporate? Like, you want a corporate girl? Like,
no,
she wants a girl who's he wants a girl who's a 10 that essentially gets hit on by every single person.
Okay.
And every single time she gets hit on, she says, "No, I'm waiting for Zach. I'm waiting for Zach. I'm waiting for Zach."
Okay.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah,
what do you bring to the table then?
I'm rich. I'm funny. I'm decent looking. Those are the main things.
Okay.
I have a nice car.
What do you drive?
i8 BMW i8.
Okay.
It's the one where it's the only. The reason I got it is it's the only BMW where the doors open up like a spaceship, instead of like sideways like the poor person doors. You know?
I think I have somebody for you.
Oh, okay. Hook me up. Yeah.
I'll hook you up.
Is she cute?
She's my roommate. Yeah.
No way.
She's so cute. I love her.
Invite her up, but don't do a weird like, oh, I'll set you up with this guy. Just invite her out. If we click, we click. I don't like the whole like blind date.
Yeah. No, not a blind date. No.
Yeah.
I'll give her your Instagram. Like,
Yeah,
I will literally show you her.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of Instagram followers. That's a huge green flag too.
I don't think she cares. She really wants somebody that's like, she's so empathetic and she's so sweet and nice.
That's my perfect type. That's like sweet and caring and
she is
feminine.
She doesn't care. She literally went and lived in Hawaii for 3 months. She loves that. She just wants to be taken care of. She doesn't really care about clout or whatever sometimes. Like, she doesn't really care. She's literally like been at the gym every day doing Pilates, going to carries every day.
That's another thing I look for in a girl.
Like, she's been working out every day because of Coachella. She's like, I want to look good for that. Like, my outfits need to be cool, blah, blah, blah. Like,
I think you just red flagged them.
Yeah, you red flagged it a little bit with the Coachella, yeah.
No, but it's like she just loves to have that experience. You know, she's such a, literally, she doesn't go out at all. She has not been going out at all.
Flag. Yeah.
You know, like, she's such a nice person. She's so empathetic. I'm telling you, she's really nice. She doesn't have like a bad bone in her. I'm telling you.
We believe you.
I vouch for her. Deadass, I will vouch for her like 1,000%. She's not one of those LA girls, I'm telling you.
Wait, but is she ugly? Because
she's not ugly.
Usually when girls vouch super hard for their girl, it means she's ugly.
I have high standards on girls.
Okay.
If I was a promoter, girl.
I mean, you said that you're 8.5. So what is she?
Probably like a 9. I would think she's.
Oh shit.
She's a 9. She's blonde, green eyes. She's so cute.
How old is she?
Fit. She's 26.
Not bad.
She's not bad, and she doesn't look 26. She looks younger. If I was a promoter, dude, I would be balling, because I would be the favorite promoter, because I would bring the best girls, the most prettiest girls, because sometimes promoters don't even bring cute girls. It's like, really, bro? Like, you have the whole Instagram and you literally brought these? Like, insane. I would be bringing bad bitches.
Only baddies.
Only baddies. Baddies in the club. Deadass. And everybody would love me. Deadass. I'm just saying, like, yeah.
All right, great. Sounds good. Thanks for coming on this show. You've been absolutely amazing. We were talking to Zach earlier. We were like, we should probably have Amber on more regularly. You just won't stop talking.
Deadass,
we could probably
so
shoot
stories.
like 20 million episodes all back to back.
Deadass. Like, I have so many stories. Deadass.
Well, we'll have you on another time again.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on this show.
Thank you for having me.
We'll
Bye. See you later.